Here's the progress on my Hügelkultur. I think that's how you say it. It's going to be basically a large mound that I can plant things in. So I've moved all of the cinder blocks and I've dug out the sod and some dirt in these containers. So I'm going to put the logs in there and see what it looks like and get a feel for it before I add anything else. Here's a bunch of sod. That's from another part of the yard that I can put in there. They say to put it in upside down, so the grass facing the earth and the dirt facing up. This is pretty bad dirt, so we'll see how that goes. Here are logs and branches that I got from my dad's house. My plan is to get more cinder blocks and do another one over there. This wood is great. It's like probably 2 or 3 years old. So it's very, very dry and just coming apart. I mean, breaking some of this in half was just super easy. I've started adding a little bit of dirt from my buckets. Then I'm going to take the garden hose and I'm going to wet this down because it said you want to get your logs very, very wet. Well, I figure if I have dirt surrounding it a bit, that'll get waterlogged and help to soak into the branches. So it's kind of there are 2 reasons I'm doing this: to fill in these gaps and then to have a way for the logs to really, really get wet. That is my first soak. And it probably wasn't enough, but I wanted to get the dirt to sort of settle in there. See, there's still gaps, but that's okay. I wasn't trying to bury it completely yet because I still want to add other things. And I think once I add some grass and some stuff, I'll add more twigs. No. I'll add more twigs to the top of that. All right, I'm starting to put the dirt clogs in here. I soaked it down quite a bit. I put some more branches in. I'm not sure if I have enough, so I might just do some dirt clogs and then a few more branches in areas that are lacking. I'm looking at this thinking it's gonna all fall out. I was like, it's not big enough. But now when we mow, I'll put grass clippings in there. Just sort of pack that in. And then I'll put compost on that and let that sink in, and then eventually topsoil. Look at these two. They're like, you don't get to work here anymore tonight. We're just going to stand guard and not let you. I wet this down and then added a very thin layer of grass. I'm sort of winging this a little bit. Okay, here's my next part of the mound going on here. I've added, basically I did a layer of grass, some straw, some grass, some straw, and some grass. And it's just about this high now, not very high. The next stage, I believe, will be to add some of my compost mixture over there. Next thing I've done is put some toilet paper rolls on here. I've heard that if you put that in the ground, under the dirt, the worms will go through it, bugs will go through it. It just, I don't know. Somehow it's supposed to help. Maybe before I make this video, I'll look it up. So now I'm going to put some of my dirt on here that I dug up, and I know there are worms in there. So I want to put them on here, and then I'm going to put another layer of the compost on. So this is just a layer of basically the dirt that was already in the ground where we're standing. All right, I have another layer of my medium compost that I thought wasn't good enough, but there is a gigantic worm in here. So yeah, this is good compost. It's being actively broken down. Now I'm going to have to keep this wet, so I'll have to water it to, help the moisture level stay up. Whereas, over there I wet it and I mix it. This I won't be mixing. But the chickens are going to be really bummed out because I'm going to put this around it. Because there's no way I can keep them out of that, at all. So they're going to be very sad. And there it is. This is the fencing I had that went around the entire area before I started this project. This could be a lot taller than it is. So I'm thinking to maybe add more compost, maybe add another layer of dirt from those bins, and then more compost on that. But I'm going to let it sit for a while, and then eventually I'll get the topsoil. So I think I have enough material to make another one, at least this size, hopefully even bigger. So, one other thing is I might be taking out these cinder blocks. Right now they're just holding everything in place because that top layer there all wants to fall off. So I had to pat it down and convince it to stay. And the chickens are going to be sad or mad, one or the other.